Welcome to the People's Mentors Podcast, where we mentor the people on real estate entrepreneurship and the mindset. For you know by now, the mindset always trumps the skill set. Let's dive into it. We're in episode 037. Episode 37. You might be thinking, what? You got 37 episodes of this podcast? Yes, we haven't released all of them publicly, but we have a lot involved. And if you're actually watching this right now, instead of just listening on a podcast through our YouTube channel, occasionally I'm going to record myself doing the podcast visually through video, right? But typically we have it audibly on our podcast. So you can check us out on iTunes, you can check us out on Podcaster, or you can also check us out on Spotify, many different platforms. If you're on YouTube, just check the links below in the description to learn more. So let's get into it. The book quote of the week: when defeat comes, accept it as a signal that your plans are not sound. Rebuild those plans and set sail once more towards your coveted goal. If you give up before your goal has been reached, you are a quitter. Ooh, those are tough words. Ooh. And it's by a good friend of mine, well, I wish, Napoleon Hill, the book of the week, Think and Grow Rich. So let's get into the word of the week. The word of the week is typically an acronym, right, that correlates into the whole theme of today's podcast episode. The word is sign. SIGN, which stands for Signals Indicate Good News. Signals indicate good news. So my thoughts on the book and on the quote as well. Have you ever noticed, like, when you watch those old school game show hosts, right? And the game show host is making a joke about something, and then everyone laughs in unison, ha 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 ha, or everyone claps in unison, shh. You ever wonder how that happens? Well, you probably guessed it, right? Someone's holding a sign that said, hey, clap. Hey, say, aw. Hey, laugh. Ha, 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 ha. So they're pretty much are acting as if they were puppets. And someone else is the puppeteer, sharing with them what they should say, how they should react, and so forth. Now, I'm going to correlate that in a moment into the mindset and how this relates to us as people. It's funny how a circumstance can walk into our life. Let's say it's an undesirable circumstance, a negative circumstance. And just like that game show host with that person, that puppeteer with the cue cards, right? As soon as that negative circumstance occurs in our life, guess what happens? We obey its cues. We look at the cue card, and just like they laugh and so forth, we look at the cue card and we get angry. We look at that cue card and we get upset. We look at that cue card and we get frustrated. We get revengeful and so forth. We react to that sign. And why is that? Is it because we have no control over our reactions? Just like I'm in the audience of a game show where I see this person holds up a cue card, right? They're holding it up and it says smile, and I smile. Do you actually want to be a puppeteer where life is concerned? Where every time a negative situation happens to you in life, that you automatically take that as a sign to respond negatively? Don't. In fact, use that sign, that negative circumstance, that undesirable circumstance, as a signal to entertain good news. Again, signs as indicate good news. Meaning, if I received a bill in the mail, unexpected, right? Unexpected bill. Let's say this looks like a bill that I received lately, right? Unexpected bill. You got an unexpected bill in the office. I'm in the office, by the way. You get an unexpected bill in your office or at home, what have you, and you don't know how you're going to pay it. Don't use that as a sign to worry. Don't use that as a sign to fear. Don't use that as a sign to say out loud, oh, I know this space thing doesn't work. Oh, every time I take one step forward, I take 2 steps back. Don't use that negative circumstance or that undesirable circumstance to make you react in a negative way. Use that as a signal to think positive, to think of the good news. Think of things that are lovely, that are pure, that are praiseworthy, things that have a good report. So for instance, I know this is kind of hokey, spokey, spiritual, and all that good stuff, but just hear me out here. When you receive that bill in the mail, even though it's unexpected, you definitely don't want it, reimagine it. Use it as a signal to indicate, hey, good news is on the way. You know what? Well, maybe I may receive unexpected income as well to pay for this bill and have some left over for my pockets. Or you know what? I'm also going to reimagine this unexpected bill as an unexpected check. Notice that money is coming my way. I'm going to exercise in my mental theater a positive report from this circumstance. It's quite different, right? So I definitely want to implore you, if you're listening to this or watching this, to have a different mindset in regards to negative news. We all get negative news, right? But what matters is not your reaction to it, but your positive response to it. Don't be like most people. Something negative happens, they react negatively. Someone curses them out, they curse them out. Someone punches them, they punch back. Someone sins against them, they sin back. They retaliate. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Don't think that way. What advantage is that to you? How does that relate to you being a bigger person? How does that relate to you being a person of character? It doesn't. Even circumstances. I'm just talking about people there, but even circumstances. Use that, even if you're aching, right? Your body's not feeling well. Use that as a signal for good news, meaning, you know what? As a result of me not feeling so good, you know what? I believe that I am healed. I believe that I am prosperous. I believe I can do this. Use that as a signal to say, you know what? I need to be thinking about and speaking about things that relate to good news. And guess what, my friend? You will have it. All right? So that's the end of this podcast episode, ladies and gentlemen. So, be grateful, be happy. And if you're interested in learning more about how to quit your day job and so forth, just check out 100pfgold.com or just check out the links in the description below.